All right, what's up, y'all? Turn the brightness down so this thing doesn't overheat. It's like 94 here in Boise, and it's kind of odd. I'm from Montana, and like the hottest part of the day is typically like, when is the hottest part of the day? 2 or 3. Here it's like 5 or 6. It's super bizarre, but yeah, high desert, so maybe that's why. A little further south. So this is going to be a feat. I'm trying to do an uncut detailing episode of this Tacoma in under 90 minutes, and I'm just going to roll the tape. So if you've clicked on this, you're crazy, because 90 minutes is just ridiculous and you have nothing better to do. So yeah, this is the vehicle of the guy that helped me with my Corolla. So if you're keeping up with all the fiascos on my Instagram and YouTube, this is Orris' dad. So yeah, this is kind of my thank you to him. And I'm doing a light complete, which is just basics. Not a ton of protection. I think I will clay it though, just so the protection could adhere properly. It's in really good shape. So we'll do like a light, super light synthetic clay, so it's nothing too abrasive. And then I want to do an engine bay for him. The interior is in really good shape too, so we're gonna have to strip everything out. Actually, there's not a lot to strip out. I think we just have to take the floor mats out. But yeah, I haven't really set up, so I figured I'd give you a little bit behind scenes look. And that was the part of the point of this whole uncut detailing thing is just to kind of peel back the curtain. So the thing is, 90 minutes is a long time, and I've learned that through all this detailing stuff where I'm trying to film at the same time, it's hard to talk and then stay on track. So I don't like doing the whole like having all your products out on a cart or in a dolly. Not in a dolly. What they have like carts. People do like separate carts, one for exterior, one for interior, and then I think some people do like, I don't know what you would call them, totes. Yeah, Levi with the rag company. He did a little detail cart thing, and he promoted. I think it's, what are the shelf companies? There's like Gladiator. No, it's not them. It's not Craftsman, Cobalt. I'm not sure, but he's promoting their totes that they do. Just any normal carrying tote. I got a couple of them, but yeah. Goal is just to grab everything I need and go from there. So yeah, all I'm grabbing is some wheel stuff. Here's my wheel cart, my wheel dolly with my bucket. Everything's basically all there already. I think I need to wash out my buckets because I was rushed my last job. Tried to bust it out too fast, and so I didn't get to break this place down properly. So as far as wash, I've debated continuing to do the whole, I think this is it, pre-wash on light exteriors, but I've learned that proper pre-wash or proper spray down is super essential for a clean, safe wash. So, and I'm not a big fan of doing the whole walking around pressure washing the car off. I'd much rather spray it down with a pump sprayer, and then here we'll probably use. I'm gonna use this in a bit. Pump sprayer on a dry car, rinsing it. You don't have to rinse it completely off because it takes a long time to rinse off pre-wash. And then probably just a foam, and then contact wash from there, which is some people might think that's over the top, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, I already have my clay, my synthetic clay scrubbers in the buckets. I have my pads. I'll grab these once I'm ready. But yeah, I don't have a super efficient setup left side or right side of the house. I can go hose over the fence or hose out the door of the fence. One's a 100-footer, one's a 50-footer. They both kind of reach, but my son's asleep. I'll go over there. Right now, I'm just gonna open everything up, see if we can get some airflow in here too. Oh, that was close. Okay, so just bring this guy over here. So I like to watch a lot of like YouTube golf. It's like my thing. Used to be a big Twitch watcher. I don't want to stream Twitch, but I did the whole Instagram live yesterday for my giveaway. Super awkward. It's weird because no one's really interacting with you besides like in comments. You're just kind of getting used to talking to people. And I made sure that was quick. I didn't want to do that for too long. So yeah, I have my active pressure washer over here. This might be a good time to, I think I'm saying some very controversial stuff on this, or I've noticed I am. And one of them being the one I want to talk about right now is, this is a rat's nest. Jeez. I want to talk about active pressure washers. So I've had a pretty good experience with mine. Mine was gifted me from my parents. I have a Sunjoe that's probably got like 2 more hours left before it dies. And yeah, these box store pressure washers, they have like 100 hours of life. And active, I think they advertise it has about 200. But the promotion here is that it's 2.0 gallons per minute. It's a big deal. Hard to get that, especially with not knowing orifice sizes and whatnot. So most detailers know all that stuff. We talk orifice sizes, but we're talking millimeters, right? So you have 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, and then once you break 4, it's pretty uncommon to really rock a 4.5, 5.0 orifice unless you're, running a really nice pressure washer. See, I got a lot of wind over here, so I'm curious to see how it sounds, because I got the little fuzzy fuzzball thing on this thing. So anyways, I haven't had any problems with the active, but my brother has had to send one in, and I think he's having problems with the second. Now, they have a lot of iron in their water. It's pulling from a well. They're up in Montana. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see some of these pressure washers go kaput. The thing is, Active 2.0 has been around for a long time. I encourage it for anyone that's serious about, a pressure washer that lasts long, but it's $350. So you're getting to that point where you're entering the world of, look at that, I just hooked up the hose directly to the pressure washer, and I pulled out my DI system. That's smart. So what I'm saying is that if I was just an everyday Joe, I'd get a Sunjoe, $150. Or a Karcher Cube, I think that's like $200. There's all kinds of different models out there that work just fine. What I would actually look at the most before making decisions is this too much pressure? So gas powered, yes. You need that kind of pressure for like washing down your house, exterior of your home, concrete. When I clean Like I need to pressure wash this garage tomorrow. It's one of my things on my list, and if I want to do that, it's gonna be a freaking task because I don't have a lot of pressure, nozzle pressure, right? Not internal pressure. So a lot of these companies will advertise their PSI, and it's actually the internal pressure. External pressure is a lot different. The best way to find that out is a gauge. Having a gauge on the end of your, or not on the end of your gun, but on the receiver of your gun. So where it's receiving to the hose. I want to wash my buckets, but don't necessarily need to use DI water, but I probably should use DI water. So see, this is something that's gonna put me back 90 minutes. I don't know about this. So this is really boring for people that aren't into detailing, but Active released the 2.3. Now, like, is there really that much of a difference? I don't know. I found a big difference from my Sunjo that was like, we're talking gallons per minute, so 1.4, 1.5 gallons per minute. And I was altering the orifice, so I think I was actually losing pressure. But anyways, let me turn this on. I'll probably bring that camera over here. Just because you're at a really far enough angle. You're not seeing me. So, anyways, Active 2.0, 350. Active 2.3, 650. I don't think it's even serviceable either. That's where people pay the big bucks because it's serviceable. When I say serviceable, I say this thing's got 200 hours of life. After those 200 hours, it's over. So, I don't know. No way. So this is a TDS monitor. We're, as far as TDS, I have no idea what it stands for, but we're talking purity of the water, and it's a deionizer. So think of a water softener, but like way better. The thing is DI water is getting rid of a lot of the minerals in the water, which is a good thing, but I just soaked my foot. That's how you start a detail. But when you're talking like drinking water, you actually want some of those minerals in the water for taste. So, like I'll have gallons of distilled water that I dilute my chemicals with, like on the interior and the exterior, and that's all distilled. And I think distilled is, gosh, I'm making a mess. I think distilled's the purest you can get with water. Because distilling is what? It's like heating it up so much that you're kind of creating a gas, like steam, and then, what's it called, like reverse osmosis? I have no idea. So what I'm saying is I just looked at the TDS monitor, and 0 is good. I've maybe washed like 8 cars with this thing. I'm already at a 1. I think that's bad. So, yeah. I don't think I can disconnect this when I'm pressurized. So I'm trying to think how I could do this to make it quicker. And if I shut this off, let's do this. I'll shut this off. Turn that down. Good. And then I want to turn this back on and fill. It should be foolproof. I think last time what I did was feeding out, and before I hook up the pressure washer, I filled my buckets. So I don't think I'm getting, that's okay, Flo. Okay, so I'm gonna do the engine bay first, and then let the wheels and wheel wells, which will take maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes. The wash will be actually pretty fast because of how great the pre-wash phase goes. Okay. VTI, nice. Actually in really good shape. Everything's all buttoned up, which is super nice. Most cars like this, it's super safe to wash anyways. You have to worry about heat, right? Because you're introducing chemicals, and we don't really want things getting chemicals going on a hot surface, right? It's like just feeling everything more warm, which is good. I shouldn't be able to touch some of this stuff, so it's this like rag thing right here. Just a rag that was kind of stuffed in here. I don't think I'm gonna take that out. Okay, I'm gonna watch my bucket. Oh. Yeah, I mean, this is tedious. I'd get much more pressure if I just used a garden hose and not run it through DI, but it totally helps, I think. So I don't foam. I don't foam engine bays. I just put in some real good cleaner, and usually that's the same strength, but people like to foam for aesthetics. And we could foam. I don't know. But part of this whole filling up buckets thing is also getting this good water and whatever I'm needing water for dilutions and whatnot. And that's where having just some gallons of distilled water, where it's the purest of pures, it's recommended. So I think I have some, I'm not sure what I use. This is Adams. There's some Adams wash in here from a few days ago. But we're gonna use Gentle Snow Foam. Adams does not foam up, so when you're dealing with these foam cannons, you gotta take into account a bunch of things, and this is all based on failure. This is how I know it. So having a foam that is meant for snow foam, right? And my giveaway included, it's most likely always going to include a wash or a soap that is going to be perfect for that kind of stuff, right? It'll foam up real good. Or like this neutral shampoo by Adams, super basic, the most economical shampoo I have, especially if you buy it in bulk. So it's just not going to foam up really well in the foam cannon. So you have to take into account sudsing and surfactants and all that stuff so the foam can cling to the surface. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but I would say the biggest thing is clean water. And by clean, I mean no contaminants. And I've learned that because I've ran it without, and it's really tough to get good foam. So let's make sure I got everything. So once that's done, I can just go. So this was diluted 1 to 5, and this was Surfex HD, super amazing all-purpose cleaner used in industrial world. But we'll top that off and we'll make it basically like a 1 to 15 kind of based on the mils, just looking at it. And that's perfect for something like this. So as far as brushes go, I'm using usually like a wheel brush or a tire brush because they're kind of perfect for these engine bays. About there, I'm going to put those little feeds that go under the tires to feed the line when I'm walking around the car. I'll do that real quick. Yeah, I feel like we've talked a lot. We haven't started, and we're probably at like 30 minutes maybe. I got real close to my garage because the sun was still a little too high. My problem with this is I don't know how to shut off. I don't want to foam up as much. Be smooth. It's like a 1-to-1. This pre-wash. And then we'll do this guy. I have enough for that. It kind of overflow because I have a little soap in it. Perfect. Okay, we'll shut this off. Connect this. Can use the wand for the engine bay, and then hook these bad boys up. Gosh. Rinse. Wheels. Sacrifices for a pretty bucket is you don't get handles, which I think I can get them. I just haven't found the time. So, okay, we don't need to top that off, but we can top pre-wash off. Look at that. Pre-wash should be fine for the engine bay too. I need to do that. That's good to know. Cool. All right, little controversial statement here. Pressure washing the engine bay is completely safe so long that you're not forcing water into your intake. So we're talking air intake, right? This guy. I think, right? Yeah. So it's all buttoned up, right? Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to put a ton of pressure on electronics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this thing's tuned with the orifice size. It's tuned to about like 1,050 psi. Nothing, right? Put it up against my skin, it would feel good. So this fear of having to wrap everything in plastic or only spraying cleaner and then misting and all that crap is dumb. Just forcing water in certain areas for way too long at way too high pressure. I mean, you can have a lot of pressure for a little amount of time. It can damage things. That's where you get in trouble. So, anyways, yeah, that's the controversial statement of the day. A lot of people that would argue that, actually, regardless, right? So, turn this bad boy on, turn that on. Cool. So contrary to the exterior, we'll actually do a little pre-rinse. There's a lot of dust in here. We probably blow out some of this. But again, like, we're talking nothing. Not a lot of pressure. And then if you're worried, you just do one of these, right? Anyways, that's that. Good time to fish some of these out if you can reach them. This stuff will just accumulate. To do this right, it would be smart to unbutton all this because there's going to be a lot residing in different areas. That's concerning. Just seeing that sitting in here. So there's a little bolt that was stuck, or a little nut that was sitting in all this crap. You can see there. See if we can find a home for it. But it's a nut, so I'm looking for an exposed screw, right? A machine screw that it would fit. But it could have just, and these guys are pretty savvy people, so could have just, they were working on something, they set it down. Nope. Saw a hole over here, and I thought maybe there's a screw on the other side that would match it, but just a open hole. So kind of interesting, huh? Whatever. Be fine. We'll just save it. Yeah, what I'm saying is, taking all this out, unbuttoning it is, you know, something good to do if you are worried about, not worried, but if you're trying to get perfection, right? Surprised I haven't found any friends down here or in here. Okay, it's good enough. We'll, So again, this is SurfX HD by, what is the name of the company? Built Hamber. The only provider for a while was Clean Garage, and now Obsessed Garage is going to become the new key provider. And actually, it's kind of interesting. Clean Garage, I don't think, is providing it anymore. So this is about the same bristle strength as like a boar's hair brush. So this wasn't a request, but it's just that extra level of touch, especially for someone that works on their cars a little bit. Cleaning it up, I think, is important. I think it's just, it adds that professional touch that I like. So I think I charge like, what do I charge for these? $50 for an engine bay. Usually we can get it done in 30 minutes. So, but if you're curious about detailing and dollars per hour, gross revenue for a lot of guys are sitting around, it's anywhere between $40 to $150 per hour, especially depending on your area, depending on expertise, like what you're doing. Obviously, it'd be much more for people that are, you know, installing PPF or wraps, stuff like that. So that's pretty common, especially down here. Again, we're talking gross revenue before all that crap. Y'all can imagine what it's like to break even, especially when you're doing something that's your passion. It can add up. So I don't think it needs, like, when we're talking the block right here, this is a wheel face brush that I would use on anything. Super soft. I think they call that like a flagged tip. It's like butter. So good, like, wheel face brush. Doesn't hurt any finishes unless you're just not using it right. So anyways, yeah, the good thing, or the most important thing about engine bay detailing is obviously being careful, understanding where to put water and where not to put water, where to be aggressive, where not to be aggressive. But I would also say making sure it's not the last thing you do in a detail before your customer drives off with it. So they'll call you. I've had this happen before. They'll call you talking about how everything's smoking, or there's white smoke coming out of the hood when they're sitting there and idling, and that's because when you introduce cleaner and water, and then if you're putting on like a protectant, it's not smart to just drive off and not let that dry. So. That seal a little bit. So this will be interesting to do a full exterior on a client's car. I think I did that on the Honda that I had last week or 2 weeks ago. I did a full video on the exterior, but this is more of like a walkthrough of processes. I talked a little bit about process last time, but oh yeah, it's seal. Yeah, dirty. Some of this cleaner is so good that you can kind of do a spray and rinse. But something to think about is usually the paint underneath this hood is not finished. It doesn't have like a clear coat on it, so it's really hard to keep clean or get clean. But usually the pressure is good enough. And you could spray on and rinse off. And that would get a lot of the job done, especially the cleaner that you're using. So I don't have a spray on and leave protectant. They make those, meaning I'd be done with this and then I would spray down the entire engine bay and then let it dry for 12 hours. I don't have that. There's a couple companies that make it. So I'll be applying the protectant tomorrow. So I'll keep this overnight. But you can tell just looking at it. I mean, it's already really cleaned up. It's mostly dust, so pretty awesome. So yeah, we'll actually I'm gonna spray this crap off. All those pine needles. Okay. Yeah, so no protectant at all. So this should be good. We'll be able to really get this thing to shine, which is nice. All right, we'll do a time check. I'll kind of see what I want to do. Honestly, if we go 2 hours, we go 2 hours, and that's a video that maybe a handful of people are going to watch. But yeah, so we'll start on the back wheels because they're the least dirty. Trucks like this, you spend a little more time just because you got wheel wells you got to deal with that are most of the time covered in mud and whatnot. But yeah, so put a little soap in there. Grab a couple solutions, just a couple different wheel cleaners. Like to foam up some of the wheel cleaner too, and we'll put wet coat on it at the end. I don't really want to do. I want to be quick, but obviously clean. I'm kind of sick of sitting on a bench. Like I'm actually really sick of sitting on a bench, so. I'm gonna grab my turbo nozzle, grab the camera, and we're just gonna kill the knees today. So hey dudes are horrible when they're wet and worn and trying to walk on concrete. So don't try running around and hey dudes. 34 minutes, let's go. I'm okay with that. So I'll give you a couple different views. Probably start down here on this wheel. So why not? Yeah, it's a good view. Okay. So trying to adopt a spray on, rinse off, but for some of these where there's not much of a wheel, more all tire, it might not be totally worth it. It might be worth just going after it. I'll tell you this, all this stuff though, totally worth it. I need to put this in a foam sprayer. Get that too. Ah, my hand. Not a good sign. So it's a little warm to the touch, but it's not. It's pretty good. But when you don't have water, you don't want it to stain and whatnot. So I'll probably come at it here in a sec. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, probably don't need the turbo nozzle today, which is good. Give this a spritz. Since the tires are kind of going through their first wash with me, we're gonna hit the tires like 3 times with something, right? So we'll wet this a little bit. Foam action. I'm just looking for the browning to be gone. So that spray on, rinse off thing is clutch. And on the next tire, I'll show you what happens when you don't. I'm pretty impressed with how this is going, actually. I don't think I'm gonna foam. No, yeah, I'm not gonna foam. I like that. We'll get in there. Sometimes the foam just, I'm telling you, foam sometimes, especially if it's not on the paint, it's kind of a waste, in my mind. Because to get it to foam, you have to use quite a bit of solution. And then you actually can go through quite a bit, especially if you're trying to really lather it on there. So there's that too. Here's that wheel face brush. Super soft, which is awesome. And we're getting some good dirt coming out of here, which is good. So then we'll just hit it with like a lug nut brush or just a boar's hair brush to get really in there and pull that out. Then we'll might actually might just hit this. This is just nice neutral pH balance Bosch. Maybe a little mix of tire cleaner since I've been putting some stuff in and out. But yeah, I mean, that works nice. Yeah, and then a spritz and call it a day on this video. So, giveaway was super fun. Live was going live was weird. I was a little shocked how many people participated, and then even how many people joined live. The average of like 10, but I was expecting like two, like my mom and my brother. That's literally what I was expecting. So it was really cool to see some old faces. I don't see anyone, but just, you know, see that people were interested. So, I think that's so worth it doing the rinse, spray on, rinse off thing. I'll give you this angle this time, but you're gonna tell right away how good it is to do a spray on, rinse off. I'm surprised I haven't been doing it for ages, knowing how well it actually does. So, that's the one thing about dollies. It's like I'd much rather just grab a freaking grab the handle and walk it around, you know. So we're gonna do it how we said we're gonna do it. I didn't wanna go by my word by showing you guys, but we're gonna do it. Holy crap. I haven't got a whiff of that before like that. I got a really bad whiff this last weekend of acetone. And that was brutal. Oh my gosh. Well, I get why it's a spray on, rinse off. It's got some bite. Alright, here you go. This is what happens when you don't spray on, rinse off. This is brake buster, not as hard or harsh. I think would be fine using it on like coated wheels. But yeah, when you get into that intense stuff like Adams, I don't know if I'd want that on coated wheels. You probably wouldn't need that kind of bite. So as you can tell, it's still browning. It's dirty. Okay. Yeah. You can guess what I'm getting. That's not fun. Oh. These mobile guys are in the trenches out there. Hopefully they're traveling with carts. 'Cause that is not fun. Oh. When I'm rushing, say to do like one of our cars, I can get it done. So you just got that drive. But right now, no. I'm talk and squat and crap. No thanks. So I'm trying to I'm trying to cut down on how dirty this water gets by rinsing off all my brushes because it can get stupid dirty. Yeah. this little hit. Blocking this thing. If you're still watching this, you're a psycho. You know, I've maybe watched all my videos at most twice, if that. I think my first couple I've watched once, and the wash one I've watched once. The only one I've watched more than twice is the wheel one, because it was satisfying. And most importantly, it was like freaking 10 minutes long. Hi. Hi. That is Mike's family. Mike, if you're watching my YouTube, hi. He's a sick lifted Dodge. They have one of those cool, it's like a Chevy Cruze or something. Kind of reminds me of like the SS, the Chevy SS. Some of y'all remember that. I just got a new sick ride too. So hoping to get him on the schedule. These cars dialed in. I've been using way too much of this. I can't go through a bottle every 3 weeks, so I need to just go 1, 2, 3. Because the water spreads it around, right? It's beautiful. That's all you need, right? That's definitely all you need. Okay. We can do thing is I don't got the angle to get super close, so we'll do like a high angle. Why not? You can watch on top of me. How's that? Cool. Thing about doing this in a driveway is just having to lock all the casters in as you're walking around the car 100 times. All that crap. So looking at this one wheel that we just did, pretty brown, and you know, sometimes you can get that cleaned up, but then other times it's just weathered, right? Weathered or hasn't been maintained enough between like getting some sort of a tire shine on it, so then it just really sticks. I don't know if that's really the root cause to it, but yeah, we see it, right? You wash your car, you clean it up, tire's brown, maybe you didn't do it and ended up clean, you need to actually clean it a little bit more, but yeah. Oh, here's my my client is here, which is cool, super cool. Again, it's my neighbor's father. They're awesome. They have a really cool story about their family and their lives. And since Oris is going to be part of, hopefully part of my my roller project, all he knows on the inside of a car, under the hood, I'll probably dedicate a howdy. I know, it's beautiful. Oh, he's so funny. Dropping off something, that's nice. They just had a baby. But yeah, I'll let Oris come on here, and it'd be actually really cool to have him tell his story in one of my sessions, or one of my series. So I forgot, I don't want to dirty my brush and dirty my water. We're going to do a true spray on, rinse off, go from there. All right, here we go. So cool they live. Oh gosh. I'm over here thinking about my life. I was gonna say it's so cool that they have family so close. My family's like about 10 hours away in Kalispell, Montana. Yeah, they're just down the road. Just good for them, especially with having the baby and whatnot. I'll have to go. I'll have to go on Instagram. Me almost shooting myself in the face. I did get wet from that, so we'll give that another spritz. Hit that with the brush. And give this one more go around. So obviously, there's a lot more browning than the other tire. When you did the spray on, rinse off, rather than hitting it and then going back around. But you know, I'm okay with that. It's not that bad. Thank you, you too. He is funny. I like that guy. Saved my butt. Granted, I think Orison, the diesel mechanic, forgetting his name. Anyways, Nick, they would have figured it out eventually. I would have had anxiety for 48 more hours before he was able to touch it. Actually, the kit wouldn't have come till tomorrow, so I would have been sitting here freaking out for 3 days. So I'm glad we found it out early. Okay, I need to hurry this thing up. Talking too much. Oh, this brush has lasted me, I was gonna say like 18 months, but I actually had to replace the other one. You wanna know why? Because I didn't clean it properly after using it, and I went like 3 months before using it again. So I was using other brushes. I was using a Detail Factory brush. See the black there? The whole thing was like that. And then it's clean. See that? That's nice. Grab this guy. Oops. Flagged tips. I think that's what these brushes are called. See, I'm just over here thinking about random crap. I'm forgetting that I'm like trying to provide an source of entertainment. I should talk about other things. Thing is, I'd probably talk about my job. Some of the stuff in my job I can't really. And we make fries. And we have competitors. So when I worked for Micron, I definitely couldn't do a little wash and talk and speak openly about my job. So shout out to my buddies, Sizzle, Blake, Corey, Mason, and Tony, who left us and started this mass exodus where he left, I left, Hoke left. That could be a real. Miss y'all. I don't know if you heard Andre, what he said when he pulled up. He said, I recognize that car. I love it. You know he's a dad when you come out with a joke like that. All right. Let's see some chalky milk. Freaking, oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. That's just awesome, isn't it? All right. one more wheel, and we'll get this thing pre-washed and contact washed, and then be done. Probably won't make you guys suffer through the drying phase. We'll probably rinse and then call it. I love doing like water behavior videos, but it's one of those things where I want to do a better sealant for Andre, and it's not smart to apply sealant and then start hitting it with water. You know, there's all these things have cure time. Some of them are instant, right? Because they don't last as long. So of course they'd be instant. Can't promise a 6-month sealant if it's instant. I'll show you a different angle. Don't leave on me. Okay. But yeah, water behavior videos only work for really good protections when they come back for a maintenance wash. Unless you're keeping it for a few days and then you're testing it. But yeah, look at this guy. Save the best for last. Nice. I want to try one more method. We'll do a rinse, spray, scrub. Really no, I don't think any dirt came off. So I don't want it to be too wet. That's good enough. Give it a little more strain. Come on, baby. Down low. That's a little too much strain. Trying to keep my distance. Pass out. When I was using acetone and Ulix by Kushkemi, I was taking stickers off of my son's little thingy-majigger that we bought off Cameron, one of our neighbors. And yeah, getting a little lightheaded. I had to open the garage doors, not really smart. So I learned that growing up when my dad had bought 2 true Great Britain telephone booths that I think he got at an auction in some other state. And I was inside of that, cleaning that with Windex and Simple Green. And I'm pretty sure I lost some brain cells then. I didn't hit this. I'm not thinking that. Did you see what I did? I just spread it all off again. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about my buddy, Justin. We call him J Sizzle, or the Rizzle, or just Sizzle, or Fizzle. But thinking about what he was saying made me totally forget that I was washing this thing. He had suggested that my Purdy conversations be a live, interactive experience, not just a YouTube video. So I could go Instagram Live, but I was actually thinking about promoting my YouTube and having it be on YouTube. I just love the YouTube community much more than the frickin' Instagram community. And by that I mean just a different type of people that you get. Not that my followers aren't loyal, but just a thing. It's like Twitch, you know? I used to watch so much Twitch in high school. and college. Actually, it was college. I would game. I'd get back to my dorm, and then I'd watch Twitch streams. That was my life. After my first like 2.6 GPA, I figured out that I couldn't do that as often, so I had to fight to get a. I got myself up to like a 3.5. I wasn't that smart. Smart in high school, but man, jeez, college is different, and applying yourself is important. But football's the reason why I stuck with it, you know. Otherwise, I'd probably go try to do my own thing like this. And this led to other opportunities, so whatever. All worked out. Hopefully I turned up the speaker on this, not the speaker, but the mic that it receives. I turned up the volume, meaning it should try to pick up more, and I made sure the caliper's right there. I made sure that the noise canceling wasn't on. But I'm whispering, I just don't know if it's going to be good enough. I did figure out a setting that on my DaVinci Resolve account that would do really well. So I have a really good free platform for editing, and I literally upload, alter the volume, and then export to MP4. That's really the only reason why I have it, because I don't do cuts, but I should do edits in the beginning and the end, so eventually I'll get to that. We'll see. I don't think I've used this yet. Did I just use this? I'm pretty sure I did. It just looks really gross in there. There you go. That's better. So we're just over an hour, I think, now. Definitely going to be all of an hour and a half, which is good. I mean, I don't want to be gone too long, because once I'm done with this, I might hit the interior tonight. I'm really feeling it, but we'll see. All right. Looking good. We'll hit a lug nut brush, call the wheels down, do a little spritz of pre-wash. Actually, we're gonna do a true review of why pre-wash is important. Right now, I'm gonna do a rinsed pre-wash, which can be right. Actually, probably should show you what I'm about to do. And then after rinsed, we'll do a normal pre-wash, and then we'll do no pre-wash, and the effect a pressure washer has on it. So let's start here. Get you close enough so you can see some of the dirt and crap. Get my wand, because using a gun-like style without a true wand on the end is dumb, and people need to stop washing their cars like that, because it's not efficient. It just looks cool, and really it should only be used for foam cannons, because you can control it, but to each their own. Okay, rinse, pre-wash, just the pre-wash, pressure wash, but that's all we'll do on that one. So, wait, no. Let's do, how do I want to do this? Rinse, pre-wash, just rinse. Yeah, cool. So, about good enough. So then nothing's new here. I'm still using the Starner Gloss force, so we'll do a little spritz of pre-wash on that. Let that dwell. And then we'll do here a dry pre-wash. We'll leave that one over there barren while this dwells. So I'll give you this view and then I'll go in more depth so you can see the after results. But supposedly rinsing and pre-washing rinsing before you pre-wash is not as effective. I think it's because the pre-wash doesn't cling as well. There wasn't a lot of time, maybe like 10 seconds between these two. You can tell it's already running off a lot more, but this is clinging more, so it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Let's see, what time are we at? Hour 6. Yeah, it'll be just over 90 minutes. I wanted to figure out how I'm going to do the bed. And I might have to do that off camera. Because I haven't done an enclosed bed and then tried washing it that way. So this will be interesting to see. Wait, it'll be interesting to. Sorry, I got more up in there. It'll be interesting to see how well it performs because it could be like a placebo effect where you do it with the pre-wash and you're like, oh yeah, it's amazing, and then you just don't remember what it's like to rinse and then just wash. And what effect does it have? Because I don't think people usually let their car dry when they're rinsing before they do a real wash. So that's another little caveat. I could just dry it, but no, we can let it dwell here. So yeah, Purdy Conversations I think is going to become a live series on YouTube, and then Uncut Detailing will still be a series that happens in the form of like this, like a full YouTube video. Product reveals, I haven't done a whole lot of those, so I need to do that a little bit more. There's a couple products I want to try out, primarily tire dressings, and then quick detailers, because I'm having an epiphany with quick detailers and rinse aids and more like quick detailers and drying aids. So yeah, let's no, I can't dry it because drying would be, I was gonna say I should dry it, but that would actually pull it from the dirt. But the last one is the roller project, and that will continue to stay. As far as like trying to think how I like my reels formatted, a lot of different like in-depth stuff I like to do that I pull from like this. The only problem is it's not portrait, so usually I do that separately unless I was running 2 cameras. And then yeah, I could probably dry this with air. I also do like before and afters, and I like to post pictures. Part of me wants to do some sort of fun series as well, to where it's more like meme stuff. I like making memes, but yeah, I don't know. Figure it out. looking at these two, very, very close. So we're gonna try to give you the best angle so you can really see, right? A little bit of water spotting in the paint. It's obviously gonna be a little harsh just because it hasn't been decontaminated. This I didn't get good enough with the pressure washer, I don't think. But looking at the top panels, they're very similar, right? This probably gets more contact with moisture just because it's a little more bowed. This is more indented, right? But you're still gonna have some layer of dirt. It's never gonna be like a true touchless, right? That's why touchless is usually hyphenated, meaning it's touch hyphen less. It's not actually touchless, right? You touch the car less. You should still touch your cars when you're doing washes. This, I think, looks pretty bad. It's really hard and tough to see on camera, but I think the pre-wash is important, especially if there's like a lot of dirt, right? Think about dirt and impacted by pressure washer without having, any cleaning ability attached to it that can emulsify it and pull it off. You have potential to harm the vehicle when you don't do a what's it called, pre-wash before. So anyways, this is really dirty back here. We're gonna set up out here and get that in the shade real quick, and then that'll be probably how I end this video, just because I want to be moving now. I really like the idea of sizzle. I've just been thinking about this not wash and talk, sorry. That's Matt Mormon's thing. I'm thinking about this Purdy Conversations thing, and dang, that sounds good, doing that as a live thing, because then it's actually a conversation. Wash and talk is Matt Mormon. It's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just calling it uncut detailing, because I don't make a lot of cuts, or any cuts. And I want to do like interior stuff too while I'm doing this, so it can be an array of things, but that would be more like, hey, let's just talk, And I think it'd be fun to kind of connect with my friends. It's hard for me to spend time with them just because of work. So yeah, get this set up over here. Look how great that worked. You got a perfect shot of that. Doesn't like nodding, huh? Okay. Let's start at the top. Usually super liberal with this, and I want to stop being as liberal as I am, because I think I waste a lot because I don't need as much. That's what I think. I need a stool. I'm downwind, so that smells great. Breathe with my mouth. Sorry, the silence. I'm just kind of tired. I work from home 1 day a week instead of the 2 to 3, which is fine because I actually don't really work over 40 hours a week with this new gig, which is crazy. So it's my 1 day a week, and it's pretty chill. But I work with a lot of sellers, and a lot of them are actually at home. They're done traveling for the week. They like to be home Thursday night. So we get a lot of stuff done, and today was just insane. Didn't really get dressed until 3, one of those days. But when you're not working remote like I was before, you kind of forget that you gotta have a routine, or else it's really tough to separate work and life when you're really living in it. So yeah, shouldn't have showered at 3. Probably should have showered a little earlier. All right. So with how warm it is out here, you can tell it's probably getting there, drying up, which is perfect. So I'm usually super anal about getting it completely off the car. The most important part, I think, is just getting enough pressure and water flow on it to where it actually helps strip off some of the crap, you know? Not worth being back here and just rinsing it off. I think you gotta actually give it some. Yeah, I'll probably cue this up Sunday. Oh, wow, that bird poop came right off. Nice. And then post it Monday. It'd be cool to have a schedule down. That's the thing about these covers, is they're not, you know, it's not one piece between here and here, so then you get stuff that builds up in here over time. It'd be nice to do a whatever this is. What are these Lear toppers, the topper? Do a topper off detail. But not super necessary. So I was thinking about doing the bed inside tonight and tomorrow morning when I do the interior. And I thought about it more. I'm like, that sounds like a really dumb idea. So I'm gonna probably do this. I could do it right now. Let me get off all the pre-wash. The thing is, when I introduce water into that bed, right? A lot of this stuff is sealed, so you could say it's, sealed like a door. And I'm gonna need to let it dry. That's another thing to think about. They're furred keys. Wow, very dirty. So just seeing the stuff from the trees, all the tree fallout flying out of the windows and in the crevices and in the seals, it's so important to do some sort of rinse. Doesn't have to be a pre-wash, but it is important. Like, you get a part of a tree between your mitt and the car, you might be hurting the paint, and it's not good. It's probably not crazy damage, but it's still, you're damaging the car. And the reason why we do like 2-bucket method wash is so we're not damaging anything. Okay. want to make sure all the crap is off the surface. Rust action, that's fine. It happens. My thing got caught again. Yeah. Alright. We're doing this. Where are we at? Already an hour and 23. Here we go. Freaking said I wasn't going to do it. Now I'm going to do it. I'm not treating my stuff all that well. I think it's because I already want to upgrade my pressure washing setup. My gun, my wand, whatever you want to call it. How does these work? Yep, just like that. Nice. Pretty dirty. We'll pull this a little bit. Oh. What in the world? Oh. So the goal here is, can we use this minimal amount of water? Because I don't want to have to dry this thing out. I mean, it's going to have to dry all night, but to open up the windows and everything back here. Okay. So, don't bring your hose in over the side of a truck when you're in the truck. Bring it in from the back. Well, it looks like paintball. Or just what's green? I should know what the green stuff is. Okay, so it's got some nice carpet here, which is nice. So I'm just gonna have to be a little careful because it would be good for me to actually vacuum this out. But all that stuff's gonna go flying, so here we go. Your opportunity to get all the dirt out. That camera is soaked. Are your detailers doing that? You flip a coin, maybe 1 out of 2. Yeah, 1 out of 2. Maybe 4 out of 5. Yeah, there's stuff left in my shoes, but I'm not going back in there. We'll get it when we finish the thing. Nice. That went well. It went better than I thought it would. Clean this camera up. It actually did really good. I don't ruin it. I feel like when you go to clean a camera, you usually make it worse. Okay. Not a lot of time. So, set this down. over here. Get you a good position for this foam party. Yeah, so what are we at? 859. So I could do about 50 mils just to give this a nice, 50 mils would be good. Yeah, perfect. I think. I don't know if 50 will be enough, but I don't know. 52. Right. Pour 50 mils into active foam. Active foam is actually a foam by Kokemi. So, you mix it with Green Star. That's cool that they give that on the instructions. You can give it a little bite, but we already did. So, snow foam, 20 mils for every 1 liter of water. How many liters? How many milliliters? 1,000 milliliters in a liter. I had about 9. We're at 950 total liquid, or 952, like I said. So DI water, that should be plenty. In my experience, it's not thick enough for me doing the recommended. So we'll see. Give you a fun view of that. And then a couple of my favorite things. Utility brush, Detail Factory, what do I call it? It's the curve ball, and then a wash pad. Perfect. And these don't fit all that great. Okay. A little bit of this in there. Normally I would just pour my, I guess it calls for 50 mils. Normally I would pour my Canon in there, whatever I don't use, but I'm actually going to use this GSF to help me do some synthetic clay on the paint, so it takes a really good protectant and adheres great. So, yeah, let's make this satisfying. Hopefully it's enough. We'll see. Yeah, personally, just like a little bit more. And I did 50, and it calls for 30, and 30 is probably fine. My pressure's great. My flow is perfect. Water is clean. I don't know. Just think it's just worth putting more for the experience. Now, how many milliliters are in an ounce? 30. So I might have gone up to 2.5 ounces. So, somewhere around 75. Yeah, shaking it too is important. So maybe this will be better. think I'm just used to using some crazy, crazy foaming soaps, and I'm just not super impressed. MVP, Mega Suds, Armor Detail, Supply, Shampoo Plus, and DIY Incredible Suds is better, unfortunately. It's a great pH. It's a great scent, this soap. It's fine. It's just not. I mean, it's doing okay. I'm just so used to maybe a little more. I mean, this is a totally unprotected car, and it's cleaning good because it's unprotected. This had any lick of protection, it probably just would fly off, so. Okay. It's gonna be more aesthetic for y'all, because I'm kind of sick of talking. I've been on calls all day, and I'm just talked out. Should help get anything that's left in between the seals, right? And it gives you that deep clean where the pad's just not going to get in these areas. Probably should use a smaller brush here because I'm not going to reach. Oh, that reach is pretty good. I love how Toyota's gas door and gas cap and this whole area has never changed. I bet this is a 2010, 2008, maybe 06. I don't know. This reminds me of my Corolla. So yeah, I'm just hitting all the crevices, getting the emblems, handles. Yeah, I mean, it's just places that you may not be able to get with the pad. Yeah, this side's getting hit with the wind and it's drying. But it's fine. It is completely fine because this is pH neutral shampoo and DI water. And it will not hurt the paint. Now I'm gonna rinse. Spritz. It's a long one. I'll look at the average watch duration. I guarantee you it's not even a third. So if this video ends up being like, let's see how long this could end up being. I could see it end up being 2 hours. Did I say 2 hours? I was distracted. I could see this end up being like a average watch time of 40 minutes, yeah. This utility brush is super, super soft. Perfect for this kind of stuff. I'm convinced you could wash the whole car with this. It's amazing. Hi. Yeah, I think you could wash the whole car with this. So soft, but not too flimsy. A little meaty, which is nice. Wow. I haven't used this too much on the grill. I actually use the curveball a lot more, but the curveball just doesn't do it completely for me. Okay. So, this roof. Time to hit that too. Actually, let's get that right now. Yeah. Don't need a ton of pressure. It's perfect. Super slick. Flip. Get in between here. That doesn't get hit a whole lot. Nice. Ooh, super dirty. I'm glad I hit that. Nice. So I have that Griot's table that I use for some of my videos. It actually second says like a, what do they call those things? They're like hit this window when I didn't hit the other ones. Painters use them, should know what they are. It's like a steps tool, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna remember what it is. Yeah, pretty rough paint. I don't think I'm gonna make y'all go through the clay bar. Just doing a lot right now, and yeah. Oh yeah, soap dried over here. That's crazy. Crazy what a little breeze can do. Howdy. Got a head nod. That's good enough. So we'll actually come back over here and hit this side next. Just wasting time, wasn't I? Freaking wasting time. Yeah, I don't have a lot left to talk about. I mean, you're gonna see this process a million times, so I'll call it here soon. You can see the difference in the rinse bucket and the. I gotta hit that one spot again. Yeah, the difference in the rinse bucket and the wash bucket's insane. Nice. Just to give you all a taste of what goes on between the cab and the trailer cover. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that all that well. It's just dirty, you know? Yeah, whatever. You should be super paranoid about everything drying, so I'd be continually wetting or like coming through like this, which I think is still fine. I'll be over here in like 2 minutes, but just gives you some lubrication when you've lost a little bit of it. Just how I do it, I guess. I'm a weirdo. This side needs it more. right. Let's see, what else is going on? Let's think. Glad I'm not booked for tomorrow, given the weather, and not having any kind of form of AC. Blowing around hot air with fans just isn't it. So tomorrow will be finish this baby up. We'll do the lawn, hopefully pressure wash the garage out. See what else can we do. I want to work on the Corolla. Start working on a couple panels, get things corrected. This rinse bucket is getting very dirty. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the gist of my day. Killed my watch on the exhaust. Holy moly. Taking my sweet time. Gotta hit that. Not hit this yet. Claying is like a workout, clay bar part. So we'll probably be done after this final step. I don't want to be heavy breathing while I'm trying to lift all the contaminants. All right, finishing up here. Bumper. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna film content, so I'm not super worried. I don't have a whole lot of interesting stuff to say. It's whatever. So I'll live. yeah, I mean, it's, what more can you talk about when you're just doing the job? We'll talk more about growth and what I'm trying to do with the detailing and our goals in regards to the business, you know? Maybe I'll do that. All right. That does it. We're going to hit this one more time with the Canon. Do a good little clay bar job. Bring it in, get it dried up. And you pull the mats out and finish those on that driveway and get it dried, ready for the interior. Should be fun. So, thanks for watching. If you're to the end, you're not, 'cause it's probably me, because this is way too long. So, Brandon, you need to figure your crap out, because this is way too long. I shouldn't take this long to do a detail, but multitasking is not my strong suit. So, peace, y'all. See you next time.